So I'm actually making sort of an essay video for once. I don't entirely know if this would class as one, but we're gonna look at the tragedy of the clones. And in my opinion, no clone really says more tragedy than Jesse. Um, this would go to Cody, but unfortunately he was barely seen for most of the Clone Wars. He was in season 1 and season 2 a lot. Made very brief appearances in season 3. One appearance in season 4. Season 5, again I think it was only one appearance. Season 6 he didn't even show up. And then season 7 when he almost died twice. So yeah, we're gonna do a Jesse with this video. So I say just roll my clip. Now we've known Jesse for a very, very, very long time. In fact, when did season 2 come out, wasn't it? 2010, I want to say. It really shows I do zero research before this. I want to say 2009 now that I think about it, but we've known him for a very long time, ever since season 2, episode 10, The Deserter. Now, he is older than a lot of other clones, as said in season 7, but we've also known him for a lot longer than all other clones. He was also seen in season 4 on Umbara, and then made a brief appearance in season 6, and then in season 7 was really his time to shine. So we feel an attachment to Jesse over this period of time, from season 2 to the end of season 7, when he does eventually die, trying to carry out his orders. And there's some really key stuff, mainly in the Umbara arc, that really just makes his character all the more tragic. Now, Jesse played a massive role in the Umbara arc. He was part of the key moments of that arc. First of all, he was sick with Krell from the beginning. He hated Krell because of how he treated clones, obviously. And he began to kind of resent Krell, which is completely understandable. But that also means if he begins to resent Krell, that might also mean he begins to resent the Jedi. Now, it could just mean he goes further apart from that certain Jedi, but that would make him have less trust in the Jedi, seeing how this one had betrayed him and began to kill all of his brothers. But then Jesse took it a step further, as he then disobeyed Krell's orders. Now, of course, in war you have to follow all orders unless, I don't know, it's illegal. But they were going to just do a suicide mission, which clones took very often. But Jesse, Fives, and Hardcase, they all disobeyed that order. So they go off and they blow up the ship. They go blow up the supply ship. And, of course, Hardcase dies. But when they come back, they are then court-martialed. And then they are ready for execution. Then, finally, at the execution, this is where I feel like Jesse becomes... his ending becomes the most tragic, is when Five speaks up, telling all clones that they are men. They must be trusted to make the right decisions. Now, obviously, later, that doesn't go so well. As we know, Jesse tries to kill Ahsoka, and then later tries to kill Rex. So, it's like he then becomes something Fives would have never wanted, and that is making the wrong decision. It also probably doesn't help that what has Krell done? Krell had tried to kill the clones, and that might dampen his perspective on the Jedi. Because I know people say, the inhibitor chips, they made them kill the Jedi, but I don't think that made them lose complete humanity. I think that's only really when it came to Jedi, and still, sure, the inhibitor chip made them, not hesitate, want to kill the Jedi. But I feel that they also did have a say in it. They had slight moments of hesitation. If they didn't hesitate at all, indifferent, then there you go. They would have probably executed the order without hesitation, even if they didn't have the chips. Then eventually we get to Season 6. I know it's a Season 7 image, just don't worry about it. And we have the Kix and Jesse talking, and of course, Kix is the one who goes in the bathroom and finds out, and eventually leads him to investigate the inhibitor chips. So that's two of his friends who end up finding out about the inhibitor chips but not being able to tell anyone. And then finally we get to Season 7, where the final 501st member, Rex, finally figures out Order 66, and he's saved by Ahsoka. But even though Jesse, all of his friends, have found out about Order 66, and even Maul interrogated him about Order 66, I believe it was Order 66, might have been, or was it about Ahsoka? I'm not entirely sure, I'm sorry. And then, by that point, he's the only one of our main clones who never find out about it. Our once loyal clone to the Jedi has now turned his back on them, and we've gotten to know him for so long, and this is how he ends, trying to kill the Jedi. That, to me, is just absolute tragedy, where this loyal clone has been turned against his Jedi generals, against his own will. All his friends found a way out, whether it be death, being taken 50 years in the future, or just, Jedi. But Jesse was the only one to suffer this fate, besides Tub. But that was a bit different. He got set free. He was fine. But, Jesse, he had to go through that pain. So that's why I think Jesse represents the ultimate tragedy of the clones. Now, I'm not great on these types of videos, so I apologise if I wasn't very clear at some points. But that's your video for this Saturday. Next week I'll upload again on Saturday, and then Saturday and Saturday, until I have a week off. Then it'll be a Thursday and Saturday. So, yeah. That was it. Yeah, I'll see you later, soldiers. I don't have much else to say, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, bye.